Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and frankly I'm at a loss for words. I was watching a video on YouTube by Tool Demos. It's actually linked below, and he was at SEMA talking to one of the Harbor Freight, I guess, engineers about some of the new pliers that are coming out, which are these essentially. But I'm wondering how can they get away with this? Now I've done videos where Harbor Freight has come out with icon pliers that are nearly identical to these like snap-on pistol grips or wire cutters or flush cutters. They're just almost identical. In fact, I've kind of made fun of that by showing them before they were available, except I used snap-ons and people didn't know the difference. But what I did is I took a couple of screenshots from the Tool Demos video because it was a Harbor Freight guy holding the Harbor Freight Future Icon version, which will be out in months to a year. Anyway, the first one they show is, it looks like a dead knockoff of this. Here's a picture of it. So you decide. It's a triple joint needle nose that looks almost identical to the snap-on. And I can't help but think that the Harbor Freight guy there is a little sheepish because he knows exactly what he's saying and what everyone's thinking. The next one he shows is essentially the high leverage, and it looks like the identical design to this one. Now, this has been around a long time, so it could easily be out of the patent coverage, but it's the one they're showing, or the Harbor Freight guy right here shows, looks identical to the snap-on in terms of that extra long jaw design and the slip joint mechanism. So there's that. The next one was a wire cutter stripper that looks just like the snap-on. In fact, I'm wondering if they just copied it straight across, because this is a bad design right here. This big old ball just falls down, and this thing's constantly opening. Well, if they copied the design, then they may have copied that flaw, so I'm interested to get my hands on one and see if they just knocked it off, including that bad design with this big old ball lock here. But anyway, here's the Harbor Freight version. It looks to me identical to the snap-on. I haven't held it, but I'm just floored. How can they do it? And the last one is what looks like a Knipex Cobra hose clamp plier. This one's the 250 with the auto lock here, and theirs looks like it's got a locking mechanism on the back and the same rotating teeth right up front, and those teeth basically allow you to grab the hose clamp in almost any angle, and because of those little recessed dimples there, it holds it in place. And then the locking mechanism, you snap it down onto something and then lock it. Now, what do you think? Take a close look at theirs. Obviously, they've got some other kind of accents on the forging of it, but the overall look is, as far as I can tell, nearly identical to the Knipex. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm, again, just as shocked as I was when I saw the first ones, where we looked at the icon version of this and thought that is a snap-on. Anyway, they claim they're doing a lot of engineering and really working on, making things way better. You really should watch the Tool Demos video, especially near the end. He does confront the Harbor Freight guy about it, and I don't know, it reminds me of politics. But anyway, it looks like here's our set of knockoff tools next year. Anyway, with that, Doc out.